Good morning, Ali Khan with the Living Teal channel, and today we're making avocado toast because avocados are cool. Get that out of here. For a second it sounded like I was in the pocket of big avocado. Because avocados have more potassium than bananas. Alex, stop. You know, we're gonna make avocado toast, scrambled eggs, and chives. That's it. Unless the check from avocado came through. Avocado toast. It is what it sounds like. Avocados, toast, and you know what? You can stop right there and you'd still have something pretty darn delicious. But it's usually in the third to fourth ingredient where the personality of the toast really comes out. Think of this like a breakfasty Rorschach test. Am I hungry? Yes. Have I been locked up too long? All right, 20 minutes on the clock. Plenty of time for me to make my family breakfast from scratch, and that is time well spent. 20 minutes? Let's do this. A device that needs no introduction. So let's talk about bread here. I'm using a sprouted bread. I really like this bread because it's super nutrient packed, it's dense, and texturally, this kind of bread is gonna hold up really well to that avocado. Now, if you're part of the gluten-free camp, I've got great news for you. Gluten-free bread is actually great on avocado toast. This is one of the few cases where I actually think refined flour doesn't do so hot here. So sprouted bread, gluten-free bread, it's all good stuff. Now our toast is ready. Look at that. See what I'm saying? See, you know, I'm a light toasty guy, but this is exactly what I'm looking for. A little bit of color, but you still see the natural mahogany look of that bread right out of the bag. All right, so we're pulling our bread out. Let's get to that avocado. Toast is buttered. I buttered my bread, and it's time to get that avocado on there. So let's talk about picking an avocado. You want to look for a color, right? Just like this. And then really you pick it up and you give it a little squeeze. And you squeeze it and you see how it's kind of popping right back up. That to me says this avocado is just ripe enough. Now, some avocados you can pick up, they might have a color like this, maybe a little darker. You start poking at it and your thumb can go right through. That's a little too ripe for me, probably too ripe for you. So this one's ready to go. Now let's talk about opening up the avocado. I like to make sure I have a knife that's not too much bigger than the avocado. I want to have a lot of control of the blade, okay? Now, carefully, what you're gonna do is take that knife, give it a cut. Just dig it right in there, make a nice slot. You'll feel the seed and rotate it, all right? Now for a little alchemy, we just give it a twist. Look at that. That's perfectly right there. Now we gotta take this seed out. So I'm gonna lay the avocado on the cutting board, okay? And with this knife, I'm just gonna give it a little whack, tap that seed. There we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, seed is out. Now, there are a couple ways you could do this. You could just scoop it out. What I like to do is I like to score it. So I'm just gonna take my knife and run lines horizontally and vertically, not in that order. And I do this so that when I scoop it out, I am able to scoop all that avocado out without having to scrape too much. Okay, so I'm just gonna, oh, look at that. Okay, cool. So we got avocado there. Now, we're gonna do a little mash. It's time to do the mash. Breaking it up a little bit. And you know, I don't want this into a paste. Now that is about spot on. You wanna have some chunk in there. Okay, cool. Let's get a little salt and lemon on here too. Just a little bit to make it rain, and we'll taste that in a second to make sure there's enough salt in there. So we've got some lemon here. All right. And just a little bit, you know, just a little squeeze. Just a little squeeze. If you wanted to, you could even add a little bit of zest in there if it's that kind of morning. Oh man, that's good. That's gonna be a good avocado toast. All right, let's get started on those eggs. I like to season before they cook. With scrambled eggs, they cook so quickly, I just like to season them right before I put them in the pan. There we go. Now, you didn't hear a sizzle. That's actually a good thing. All right, so I'm just kind of moving this around a little bit, making sure all sides get it. And we're going for it. Adding our eggs in there. Now, if you start getting into that dark hole that is YouTube, you'll start to see stuff like soft scrambled eggs, what Gordon Ramsay does and stuff, and they're constantly stirring. That yields a very custardy, absolutely elegant scrambled egg. I'm looking for something not quite that delicate, not quite that silky. So stirring it along, we're almost there. So, look, I have to tell you, like, when I discovered cooking eggs with this method, slowly over, a lower heat, I was really enamored with it. I just love the texture changes so much. But you know what? If this ain't your thing, if you like classic diner style scrambled eggs, you can go that route too. We are there. Just giving it, I'm gonna kill the heat. These are fine. They're tasting so silky and buttery and delicious. I do want to say this. If you don't do eggs, some egg substitutes do have other allergens in them. So definitely check the label. But there are some great alternatives out there by way of egg substitute. All right. These are perfect. Let's build these avocado toasts. Now, look, like I said earlier, you could just stick with this, really. Do a little bit of this bread, butter, and avocado, and that would be a really, really great meal. When it comes to avocado toast, in all honesty, there are as many avocado toasts as there are stars in the galaxy. But don't at me, Neil deGrasse Tyson, please. Okay, cool. All right, let's get the egg on there too. Oh man. All right, so now we're just scooping these eggs on there. I will tell you that cost-wise, this won't hurt the budget. This won't hurt the monthly budget. But I will tell you, how much people charge for this? A lot. So you're actually making yourself a really, really lovely treat, a luxurious treat that would net you a big fat tab at a restaurant, that's for sure. Let me tell you, this probably costs like $4 for like all of this, maybe. Now we're gonna do just a little bit of chive, just a hint of that flavor of green onion. Oh man. All right, time check. Oh, come on, there's no way. Give me the real time. See, I told you. You could even produce something like this in 20 minutes. That's a win. Okay, you know what? That's all I got, but I want to know what you got. So if you've got any great tips or tricks for breakfast and keeping it allergy friendly, hit me up in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos, please subscribe to the Living Teal channel.